In the windswept steppes of Mongolia, a storm was gathering. Two men, once brothers of the soul, stood on opposite ends of destiny. In the year 1190, Temujin and Jamukha would meet in their first true clash, a battle that would echo across the ages, the Battle of Dalan Balzhut. Temujin had risen from betrayal, slavery, and exile. He wasn't born a prince with an army at his command. Instead, he gathered around him warriors from poorer clansmen who saw in him not a noble title, but a leader worthy of loyalty. They followed him because he earned their respect, because he had suffered as they had. Jamukha, on the other hand, was born into aristocracy. He believed he was the rightful ruler of all the Mongols, a birthright granted by his noble blood. He saw Temujin's growing influence, not as the rise of a worthy rival, but as a direct threat to his power, a challenge to the established order of the steppes. For Jamukha, leadership was about heritage, not merit. The conflict finally ignited when several clans broke with ancient tradition. Instead of following the aristocratic Jamukha, they chose to follow Temujin. To Jamukha, this was an unforgivable betrayal, a violation of the way things had always been. But to Temujin, it was justice. It was proof that a man's worth was more important than his lineage. The steppe was now divided. In the valley known as Dalan Balzhut, Jamukha launched a brutal assault on Temujin's followers. His army, filled with the elite of Mongol nobility, was a fearsome force. They were better equipped, more in numeros, and they struck quickly, harshly, and without mercy. This was not just a battle, it was a punishment, a message to all who dared to defy him. Temujin's forces, smaller and less equipped, braced for the impact. They were outnumbered but not outmatched in spirit. They held the line with fierce determination, their faces grim, their bows raised. For the first time, Temujin's men fought not just for tribal honor or plunder, but for a vision of Mongol order, a world where loyalty was earned, not inherited. They fought for their leader, Temujin. Jamukha's attack was devastating. Historical accounts describe a level of cruelty that was shocking, even for the harsh standards of the time. This act would forever cement Jamukha as Temujin's mortal enemy. Though Temujin and the core of his forces survived the encounter, his followers suffered deeply. The valley was filled with the cost of this first terrible clash. Yet in this suffering, something greater was born. Clans across the steppes saw the stark difference between the two leaders. Jamukha ruled through fear and brutality. Temujin, even in defeat, inspired unwavering loyalty. He didn't abandon his people. He shared their pain. This was a turning point not just in the battle, but in the hearts and minds of the Mongol people. Though Jamukha claimed victory at Dalan Balzhut, it was Temujin who gained something far more powerful: the hearts of the common people. This battle marked the true beginning of a 20-year civil war, a brutal struggle that would end with Temujin uniting all the scattered Mongol tribes and becoming the man we now know as Genghis Khan. The Battle of Dalan Balzhut was not just a clash of armies, it was a clash of ideals that shaped the destiny of Mongolia and the world. From this blood-soaked valley, a conqueror would rise,